Hey guys, this is Parastasis, and this is a enchanting disenchanting tutorial for Skyrim. Now, I'm currently located inside of Dragon's Reach. This is right outside, or right inside of Whiterun. It's one of the first places in the game that you come to. It's part of the main quest line. That's Riverwood, and that's where you start off. Whiterun, and this is inside. Now, once you get here, off to the Jarl's right is Farengar's chamber. He's the court wizard, and this is the arcane enchanter. Now, if you've ever played World of Warcraft, enchanting and disenchanting is very similar to that system in Skyrim. Whenever there's a magic item, the item usually has some kind of effect. Like this frostbow does 15 frost damage on hit, and it also affects stamina. Now, with this, it also has a mana pool, which you can notice here. Depending on how big the soul was used when it was created, will depend on the mana pool. Now, if I didn't already have these enchantments, these items would be lit up like they are in this little selection here. Since I already have these enchantments, they're grayed out, so that way you don't accidentally DE something that you don't need to DE. So, you have your list of items here that you currently have, your enchantments and your soul gems. When you want to enchant something with a specific defect, you want to click on the enchantment first. Now, you can click on the item first, but if you go that route, not all enchants can go on all pieces of armor or weapons and such. So if you're wanting to get a specific enchantment, you may have to go through 3 or 4 pieces of armor or weapons before you get to the right one. So it's just easier to come in here, pick the enchantment that you want, and then go select the item. Now you'll notice that everything's grayed out except for steel armor fine. So I click on it and I select it, and you can see that the effect goes on here. Now, I haven't selected a soul gem, so this effect isn't actually what I'm going to get. Now, soul gems, there's a lot of different types of soul gems, from low quality to high quality. Greater soul gem is, I believe it's one of the top tiers. I think there's a couple above this. I know there's at least one above it. Farengar here sells them. He doesn't seem to restock very often, though, because I've bought almost all of his top-end soul gems, and he's not restocking. Anyways, for armor, like I'm using a magic regen enchantment. So if I use lesser soul gem, I'm only going to get 3%. If I use a greater soul gem, it's going to be 13%. Now the cost variables on these soul gems is huge depending on what you go for. So like the lesser soul gem is only going to run you like 150. The greater soul gem is going to cost you, I think it's about 1,000. And then the one right above that, I think it's like 1,500 to 1,900. Now, just because a soul gem doesn't necessarily mean you can enchant with it. It has to have a soul in it. And depending on the soul that's in it is going to help you out from there too. So you want a greater soul gem with a greater soul in it. And the greater soul will affect the quality of the item for armor, or if it's an on-hit item like a weapon, it's going to affect the mana pool. So if you use like the lesser soul gem for a weapon, you may only get 3 hits of 10 damage fire. If you use a greater soul gem, like for my axe that I've got, let me show you. I've got an axe that I got from the companion line quest. And you can see right here, it's got a decent sized mana pool. I mean, you can't actually see the numbers, but I've been playing with this. I don't know, I've probably killed 60 monsters with it. So that's quite a few hits here. The first one I made, which was one of the newer weapons that I made in Riverwood, I put a lesser soul gem on it, and I think I got 4 hits, maybe 6 hits out of it. So it's a rather large difference. So if you're wanting to use an enchantment, it's definitely worth it to invest the cash because it's going to last you a lot longer. So anyways, like I said, select the enchantment first, select the item that you want, select the gem, and you can even rename the item. So let's say I want to change this to, whoops. I can change this to Steel Armor of Magic Regen. And you can name it whatever you want. But it can help you at a glance see what the different armors and such do. It's kind of up to you. For me, I don't really care. I don't usually rename mine. And then you obviously click Craft, accept that, and then boom, you've got your piece of armor. So that concludes the enchanting and disenchanting tutorial. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I do read my comments, and I will try and answer all questions. If I've gotten something wrong, please feel free to correct me, because I am learning just like you guys, so it's quite possible I may have overlooked something, and I don't want to misrepresent anything. So if there's a better way to do it, let me know, and I will fix the tutorial and get an update out. But if you like the tutorial, please click that like button. It helps me out. Plus, it lets me know that you like what I'm doing so I can keep doing it. Click that subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my other videos, tips, tricks, guides, and walkthroughs. And I'll catch you guys in another clip.